This is day 11 of the lockdown quarantine. And as you can see, the Flu Manchu is coming in nice and thick. Little grays in there. There's grays on the outside right there. You see them? That's why I really never got a goatee, because since I've been mid-20s, I always had gray in my facial hair. Never really on my head, knock on wood, but I'm gonna let my hair grow out too. So when this is over, I'm gonna look like the Tiger King, probably. Minus I'm not gay, and minus did anybody notice? I watched all 7 episodes yesterday, by the way. I started at 6. And I got done at about 1 in the morning, maybe midnight, something like that. But did anybody notice the Tiger King? He had those tattoos of the bullets, the bullet holes in them. I was like, what the is that? And I'm not positive, but I think not the one in Oklahoma, but the one in Florida or Myrtle Beach. I've been to one of those tiger parks. But it was crocodile. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was Florida. I don't know, but I know everybody, I saw everybody talking about it. The Tiger King, the Tiger King, the Tiger King. Now, if you look at episode 1, when they talk about the Tigers were on the loose in Zanesville, Ohio, they show Northgate Mall. And that's a mall I used to hang out at when I was growing up in Cincinnati, Ohio. I saw the little Northgate Mall. I go, oh snap, that's the mall you used to hang out with at. But you know what sucks about the whole Tiger King? Is now that it's aired and all that guy ever wanted was to be famous. That's it. Joe Exotic, all he ever wanted to do was be famous. He has never been as famous as he is right now. He can't even enjoy it. He's in prison. I'm like, man, that sucks. All the guys were dirty, all of them. And then the lady, yeah, she for sure offed her husband. That's without question. I'm like this. I mean, if anything's obvious, that was obvious. She was a little off. He was like 22 years older than her, and then he just disappears. But then his van was at the private airport, but there's no trace of a plane missing, and they couldn't find him in Costa Rica. I'm like, dude, she straight murdered her husband. It doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure that one out. I don't know where he's at, but she straight killed that dude. She offed him. That's one thing I know. 3 things are certain: death, taxes, and she killed her husband. I think I might have saw that on a meme. I don't want to take credit for that. But I feel like I grew up with all those guys. Like every character in that Tiger King, I knew a version of that person growing up in Ohio in the trailer park. A version. Same haircuts. I've seen the missing teeth, the meth teeth. The one thing I didn't see, I never saw a gay guy make 2 straight guys gay. That was crazy. But yeah, I know everybody's talking about the Tiger King, but if you haven't seen it, make sure you watch it. And I've been noticing some people be like, start the podcast up again. I've said this before, I'm gonna say it again. I'm going to hook up the microphones and I'm going to get me and my wife on and we'll do something on YouTube. It won't be the official Get Some podcast. But like I said, I got this deal with a podcast and Kobe passed away. And we were going to start in late January. Kobe passed away. That set us back a couple weeks. And then I got a movie. And then after, movie got shut off halfway through production because of this Corona shit. And so I was like, well, we were going to start up in April when I got back from shooting the movie, and then we don't know when we're going. But you know what? I'm going to hook up the mics and everything. I got cameras at the house, and me and my wife will do one this weekend, and we'll post a couple. We'll post 1 or 2 a week of us just talking. So it's not the official podcast, but it'll be something similar to it. But I've seen a lot of people asking me, I said it yesterday about the jokes, and I was like, I can't do, and they said, well, tell old jokes. Okay. I'll tell you the first joke I ever wrote was, and I did it on Comic View. First joke I ever told out the box was, Well, it was the double wide, West Side double wide. Brothers got the West Side trailer parks. We got double wides. I said that's a white person's ghetto. And the funny thing is, Mountain Dew said there's a shortage of Mountain Dew in Ohio, and I was like, duh, that's poor white people's Kool-Aid. Like black people have Kool-Aid, white people we got Mountain Dew. Same amount of sugar in both drinks. But first joke I ever wrote. Well, the first joke I ever wrote really was in high school. This is when I knew I could be a comedian because remember that commercial? I fallen and I can't get up. Well, I wrote a joke about that and I was telling it to some people I was in like Spanish class with. And then the next night I'm watching A&E at the Improv and some comedian said the joke that I told my buddies in high school the joke. It was damn near word for word. And I go, oh, snap. So in my brain, I was like, oh my God, I think like a comedian. I can do this. So it was like the epiphany, like, oh my God, my brain works like a comedian's brain. And obviously that guy never saw me and I never saw him because too many times comedians be accusing other comedians of stealing stuff when really our minds, a lot of comedians, our minds just kind of work the same. So when something happens like this coronavirus, there's going to be a lot of corona jokes. And some are going to be similar. And then comedians go, man, that's my joke. And maybe, I think you guys just think alike. So I've never been one to quick to be like, they stole my joke. Now, there has been a few times where somebody did steal some shit from me. But this wasn't one of those instances. But the first joke I ever wrote that went on TV, I was a gate guard at NAB Coronado. And so I was working 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. So I'd be waving cars on the base. But, 2 a.m. on a Tuesday, you don't get no cars from 2 to like 5:30. You're just kind of sitting on the gate. So there was always two gate guards at the gate. So I always be running jokes with the other gate guard. Like, you think this funny? But it's the first joke that I wrote. And I was like, I go, hey man, you ever notice how they say white people can't dance? I go, but when the strobe light comes on, that's the great equalizer. I said, when the strobe light comes on, everybody can dance. And then I would act like I'm doing a strobe light. I'd be like, but when I was like, when the strobe light goes off, that's when white people turn back the. It was goofy. And I'm a lot more physical, but that was the first joke I ever wrote that actually got on TV was the strobe light joke. So there you go. That was the first joke I ever wrote. So anyways, it's day 11. I hope everybody's being safe, staying at home, social distancing, and this thing will be over before we know it, hopefully. Because do me a favor, one night watch like Fox News and then watch CNN back to back. That'll confuse you. You want to confuse the shit out of yourself? That'll confuse you right there. I just don't watch news. Like I said, I'm just going to stay at home and tell me when it's over. That's all I'm going to do. All right, y'all. I'll see you on day 12. Scary on.